WWE Saturday Night's main event is just 4 days away, and in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the craziest predictions that I could find for said event. Let's get into it. And I also have one prediction for every match, including the Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson segment. The first one is for Sami Zayn and Gunther teaming up against Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. The hot take or prediction is CM Punk turns heel on Cody Rhodes. I was going to read that whole thing, but I am way too lazy to do that. Now this, CM Punk dirty heel, I think that's what should have happened on SmackDown last week. This is needed. They're not going to turn Cody Rhodes heel. They don't have the balls. He sells too much merch, whatever. Yeah, you could just do CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes as a babyface versus babyface match, but Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns is already babyface versus babyface, and I feel like having both your main events be a babyface versus babyface matchup is not a very good idea. And also, I just really want to see heel CM Punk, especially him returning more jacked with the hairy chest, doing exactly what The Rock did to him in 20 whatever it was before WrestleMania 27. I mean, all of the signs are there for this to happen, and you cannot wait really any longer to do this. Otherwise, you won't have enough time to build this heel versus face thing. They either need to do it on SmackDown before Saturday Night's main event or at Saturday Night's main event. After that, it's honestly just too late. At that point, we will be 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. And I am honestly hoping and praying and begging for this because it would just make it so much more interesting than just, oh, we're best buds. I want a title shot. I respect you. I love you. Let's glaze each other a little bit and have this fun, jolly match. It would be a lot more interesting if CM Punk was a heel. Then we have a match between Danhausen and JD McDonough. And this was just changed on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw to a no DQ match, making me think that Jalen Brunson is probably going to get involved or some other Knicks player. The prediction for this one is Danhausen wins by doing something completely ridiculous, like dumping hundreds of teeth into the ring. It would make sense with Danhausen's character. This is kind of just more of like a fun match. So it was hard to get like a really interesting prediction for this one. Danhausen is absolutely winning here. There is no chance in hell JD is winning this. And they do a lot of creative finishes for Danhausen matches. So I would be interested to see what they can come up with, especially on a premium live event. Then we have a segment with Roman Reigns, and Jalen Brunson. And the prediction for this one is The Rock, the final boss. It's gonna be Bloodline Rules. Look at your boy, Mama Rhodes. Makes a surprise MSG appearance. The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson returning. And I would say hell no to this. Because it's a Saturday Night's main event. However, the fact that it's in the world's most famous arena makes me think that there's a non-zero chance of this happening, especially with the seemingly flopping live-action Moana movie. Like, it is at 34% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is terrible. The Rock is really not doing too good at Hollywood right now. And The Smashing Machine, which I believe was his last movie, was another box office flop. So The Rock is not in a good place in Hollywood right now. I think it's far more likely that he would return at SummerSlam rather than Saturday Night's main event. However, I cannot rule out this just because it's in Madison Square Garden. And my question would be, if he does return at SummerSlam, does he confront Cody Rhodes or does he confront Roman Reigns? Because he's got unfinished business with both. Obviously, if he returns at Madison Square Garden, the prediction says he would face off with Roman Reigns. I'm still really pulling for Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania. Then we have a prediction for the Women's Tag Team Championships match between Brie Bella and Paige against Fatal Influence. First things first, let me say, Fatal Influence absolutely needs to win this. But the prediction for this is Paige accidentally hits Brie Bella, costing them the match. They don't break up immediately, but it starts, some tension, and that would be absolutely perfect. Absolute cinema, because, they've done all they really... they've done their time with the Women's Tag Team Championships. They weren't even originally supposed to have them. It's supposed to be the Bella Twins. It's Paige and Brie Bella. The team of Paige and Brie Bella has run its course. Fatal Influence absolutely needs these tag titles, and I would love to see the Paige and Brie Bella end up breaking up, and then Brie Bella returns, and maybe the Bellas turn heel on Paige, and she goes off on a singles run. Hopefully, preferably in the main event scene. But yeah, I'm really just hoping they get the titles off of Paige and Brie Bella here. Brie Bella! Brie mode! Sorry. And last but certainly not least, we have a prediction for Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. And the prediction for this one is Bayley wins, but Lyra attacks her after and destroys her. I've expressed my displeasure for this match happening at Saturday night's main event rather than SummerSlam. Hopefully they still do it at SummerSlam. And I do think one way or another Lyra Valkyria needs to end up on top here. You can't have her debut this whole new heel persona and then take an L in her first match. Especially if Bayley is leaving after this match, which I think is a very strong possibility. So I wouldn't like this really, because I don't want Lyra to take a loss here. I think it's a possibility, but honestly, I would prefer Lyra just sweeps her, or this match ends in a DQ and then they run it back at SummerSlam. Like Lyra, so Bayley could technically win, but Lyra attacks Bayley with a chair right in front of the ref, causing a DQ, and that sets up the rematch. That's best case scenario for me, at least. I don't think this one will happen. I think either Lyra will win and Bayley will leave, or it will end in a DQ. And also, side note, I think Lyra Valkyria should get a new theme song, because I feel like her current one is just too babyface-ish, but that's just a personal opinion. But yeah, that's it for my craziest Saturday night's main event predictions. Well, not mine, but yeah, the craziest Saturday night's main event predictions that I could get. And my full predictions video for Saturday night's main event will be coming out this Thursday, not Friday, this Thursday. And I will also be having a video come out where I play every match on this card as a special guest referee. So 2 videos on Thursday. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and